Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I'm your host, as always, Reino Mascaras, and let's just jump right into it this week because we've got a heck of a weekend coming up, busy one for yours truly, so let's just dive right in. If you haven't heard yet, and I've talked about it on the show before, the last couple of weeks, we've got Destination Pro Wrestling in Thief River Falls at the Ralph Engelstedt Arena this Saturday night. It's going to be a great night of action. We're going to crown the first ever Destination Pro Tag Team Champions. The Destination Pro Champion is in action as well. Ryan Cruz going to be taking on All Ego Ethan Page, a late replacement for Josh Alexander, who unfortunately did have to announce that he was pulling off the show this week. He also did pull off out of Prestige next week as well. So it sounds like he's taking some precautions. Wish Josh the best. Hope but everything heals up and he's back in action. Just an all-around great guy. So you hate to see it. You hate to see it, but we know that it's all for the best here. But also the big cage match. The record Josh Price, Thief River Falls' own, going to take on Darren Corbin, and it's going to be in a steel cage. It's going to be an awesome night. If you're in the area, Thief River Falls, Minnesota, come on down. You know, Grand Forks, Fargo, Bemidji, any place like that. If you are from this area, you cannot miss this show. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to get myself or anyone else in trouble. If you know, you know. But anyway, today, sitting at my work desk, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about today. And then it kind of hit me. I figured I would kind of bridge the gap of my lucha fandom. One of the questions I've gotten in my Q&A videos has always been, you know, who got you into Lucha Libre? Rey Mysterio Jr. And when it came to modern lucha after the closing of WCW, me finding the internet and whatnot, the answer was Mystico from CMLL. And I thought about it, and I thought about nights sitting with my father, watching Ring of Honor when it was on television, and a name popped up to me that just it's kind of random, but I've got a cool mask to talk about and a little bit of a story, so we might as well just kind of do it that way. So, kind of early in my collecting days, I was able to acquire this really awesome Triton replica mask. And the reason Triton kind of came to me today was, you know, I thought about those nights, you know, where I would go visit my parents on the weekends and we'd watch Ring of Honor on Saturday night. And around that time, the CMLL crew was making appearances for Ring of Honor. And one of the names that popped out was Titan, who I've talked about quite a bit on the show, but then also Triton. And as I started looking into Triton, as I show off the mask a little bit more, as I started looking into him, I discovered that before becoming Triton, he was Mattel Blanco. And I remember Mattel Blanco from watching him team with Mascara Dorada in the 2011, I believe it was, Grand Alternativa tournament, simply because those two were pulling off just some amazing stuff. And as I started doing my research and finding more and more, you know, I noticed just a lot of the incredible high flying that Triton was doing, and it drew me toward seeing more of it. And you know, just some crazy stuff. He was doing a lot of the, I know a lot of people refer to him as the rope trick, where you're on the top rope, you drop down to the second rope with one leg on each side, and then you jump back up and do something crazy. Ray Phoenix does it all the time. Commander has done it as well. But Triton was one of the first guys that I ever saw do it. So I got the opportunity to grab this somewhat early in my collecting days, and I went for it. And it's just a really cool mask. You know, you've got the ear slots on the side here, no strings, no lacing in the back, just straight up over. So yeah, I'll turn this on. I'll turn this off and put this one on here real quick, and we'll talk more. All right, and here we are. So probably won't talk much with it on just because the sound is heavily muffled, but I haven't put this on in a long time and I really forgot how comfortable it is. So with the ear slots over here, this fits really well. There's just a couple of nose slots up here that will allow the air to come in and out, but other than that, you're kind of on your own. Yeah, not something I'd wear like long term. Probably something I would wear, you know, just kind of like for what I'm doing here, or to poke a little fun at my main man, Josh C, the front man, the true front man of wrestling, Josh C. For the backstory there, a few months ago, if you haven't watched previously, Josh C made some comments about masks. He was wrestling Mentalo, and as the king of masks, I couldn't stand for that. So now when I'm at a show and he's on the card, I'll pull a mask out and put it on and wear it during the match. So, but anyway, I mean, this is just, you know, once I get to the point where I feel comfortable in constructing a mask on my own, this is probably the style I'm going to do, to be honest with you. It's so comfortable. It, you know, with the ear slots, everything just kind of fits like a glove. I mean, this is an incredible fit. I wish it would go on the styrofoam head half as easy as it went on my head, but what can I say? But yeah, just a cool mask. I love the coloring on it. I love how it feels. You know, I would obviously prefer something open so it's a little breathable, but honestly, beyond that, just a super cool mask. So, yeah, I'm kind of having a little trouble getting the sound out the way I would like to, so I'll take this one off and we'll close out the show for the week. And we're back, and I can breathe again. So anyway, as I was talking, you know, as we were talking before I switched out here, just a really cool mask. Really cool mask. I would love to get a chance to meet Triton at some point. I know he has left CMLL. I know he's taking independent bookings and stuff like that. So maybe I'll make a trip down to Chicago at some point for Galley or one of the lucha companies that are down there that run. Really wish I could have made last month's All-Star Pro Wrestling. My Commander was there, so that would have been cool to see. But yeah, we'll make it happen at some point. So that is this week's episode. I am going to put this one back on the head simply because I'm guessing people want to watch me struggle, since I talked about, you know, having a little bit of difficulty getting it on the styrofoam head. And of course, jinx myself because it goes right on smooth as can be. Look at that. Either that or I'm just that good. One of the two. But anyway, that is this week's show. As always, thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to hear me talk about. I am probably going to start doing some, I don't want to say special episodes, but, you know, stuff where I might not talk about a specific mask, but maybe, you know, certain points of my fandom, certain luchador experiences. You know, I've talked about a lot of like first wrestling and stuff like that. Sorry. There we go. Had a string just poking just right there. You know, I've talked about my experiences at first with Time Bomb, but always happy to talk about stuff that doesn't always have to do with just a specific mask for the week. So look out for those. And as always, thank you for your support. So I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to talk to everybody tomorrow. So or next week, excuse me. So thank you as always for joining. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. And as always, live, laugh, love, Lucha Libre. We'll see you.